Hello everybody, my name is John Blundell and I've decided to do a video diary of my vascular dementia once a month, just to put it out there if it can be of any help to other people who are suffering this, shall we say, terrible illness. I was diagnosed with vascular dementia last year on the 14th of October. Although I've had a lot of problems with my memory for a few years, my wife reckons pre-COVID even, like with my memory loss and the confusion. But every time she took me to the doctors previously, twice actually, and they used to say they was going to refer me to a memory specialist, but they never did, because basically at the time I did suffer a lot with very bad mental illness and various other things, and basically they was putting my brain fog and my memory loss down to that. And then last year it hit a stage where my wife wasn't going to be fobbed off no more. She took me to the doctors for the third time and she insisted that they refer me to a memory specialist because of the way my memory was getting. So we went along in September, I believe it was, and they referred me to see a memory specialist. Sorry, forgive me if I do get a bit confused sometimes. I can be talking and forget what I'm talking about, so please bear with me. But yeah, they referred me, and a lovely young lady come to the house to have a talk to me and do a few memory tests. And although I thought I'd done absolutely great, I failed it terribly. And she said yes, I had got problems, and my wife was noticing all different things, and especially when I was driving the car, I used to forget where I was going. And the one time I was going to pick up my grandson, where I've been to his school many times before, and I had to stop the car because I totally forgot where I was going. And then I suddenly realised, got him, told my wife, anyway, that stopped me driving. I can't drive no more because of that. But yeah, we went along, had an appointment for see the memory specialist, and in the meantime I had a scan on my head. And then the first time we went and seen him, he didn't have the results of the scan, but he says, I'm going to have a good talk to you and do a memory test. So we had a good chat, done the memory test, and then obviously I felt that terribly. Again, I thought I'd done all right, but it was terrible, absolutely terrible, and I got really uptight. And he said to me and my wife, he said, look, he says, I was beginning myself to think it was stress related. He said, but after doing all the tests for you, I believe there is a problem there. He said, but we won't know until I'll get your scan. So I had to go back in a couple of weeks, and I was 100% certain that I didn't have nothing. I thought it may be through stress and stress related brain fog and memory lapses and different things. And then I can remember when we went in, and he says, well, John, I've got your scan, your results of your scans. I says, oh great. I says, everything good. And then he brought the terrible news to me that I had vascular dementia, and it was the worst possible news anybody wishes to ever hear, because we all know it is life shortening and blah de blah. But all I could think of soon he said that was my dad, because my dad had vascular dementia as well, and I've got it in the at the top and the bottom of my brain. So obviously that news was devastating, and all I could think of was, God, I'm going to end up like my dad. My dad, bless him, he passed away April last year, and he lived with dementia for I believe 12 years with his wife in a ward and control place. But he had his problems, and his mobility went down, and he couldn't walk properly. He used to do what I call the dementia shuffle, and some of you out there who have got loved ones with dementia, you'll understand what I mean. But yeah, he lived for 12 years with it. And my dad passed away, as I said, last year, and he was 87. So he done quite well. I mean, I'm 59. Well, I'll be 60 this year. And I know, unless a miracle happens, there's no way I'm going to reach that age. But as I says, I'm doing this story just to try and help anybody else out there who may have this terrible disease, because it is a terrible disease. But can I just say, it's not terrible for me. It's terrible for those who look after you and your carers when they see their loved ones slowly disappearing. I mean, I still know who people are. Yes, I do get a bit confused. And like I said at the beginning, sometimes I can be talking about things and my mind goes totally blank and I totally forget what I'm talking about, and it is getting worse, but bit by bit, I'm still confident I've got quite a few years ahead of me, God willing. But I am having problems with my mobility, especially my left side, because my leg, I get very bad pins and needles and I get a lot of numbness. And now most of the time I'm having to use a crutch because it helps me if I'm falling, because I have fell a few times and stumbled. And when I asked about it, they says, unfortunately, that can be part of your dementia. You can have it in one leg, you can have it in both legs. And sadly, some people can go off the legs with it. But thank God I haven't got off my legs yet. So, but it comes and goes in my leg. And I do get a bit of hand tremor now and again in my right hand, but that's very rare, but I do get it, and I don't even notice it myself. I've got no pain. To me, this is painless, but it's not painless for our loved ones and family around us. My wife is absolutely fantastic the way she looks after me. She's quite disabled herself, and we often joke about it, that I'm her arms and legs and there's more brain, because sometimes, well, quite a lot of times she has to tell me what to do and what I'm doing, because sometimes I can go in the kitchen and totally forget what I've come in for. And I know a lot of people out there will say, well, I do that anyway, it's part of an age thing. But sometimes I'll get so confused. And apparently I have lapses where I stop talking and I just stare into space. Again, I'm not aware of it. But my wife said it only lasts for nanoseconds, and then it calls my name or touches me, and I just say, what did you say? And I always call it, the nice way I put it is that sometimes I'm away with the fairies, and we all know people who have got terrible vascular dementia or dementia where they don't know their loved ones and they don't know who they are and various other things. But deep down, I'm a great believer that it's not them who's suffering, it's the loved ones around them who suffer. Because, like I said, in a way, they are away with the fairies, they are in a beautiful land within their own mind. But obviously, those who have got to witness it on a day-to-day basis, obviously, it ain't very nice, because there's all various degrees of dementia, and I didn't realise just how many different types of dementia is out there. You can have young onset dementia. I only heard yesterday about this lad who was working behind the bar, that his friend's only 36 and has been diagnosed with dementia. So really, there's not really an age limit where people used to think, oh, it comes with old age. It certainly doesn't, and anybody can get it. I mean, I used to keep myself as fit as I could. I used to go to the gym 7 days a week, 2.5 hours a day. I used to eat healthy, this and the other. But I think to myself now, where did it get me? But I have started back at the gym recently, and I'm doing the best I can. Only gentle exercise, gentle weight, just to keep my mind ticking over and keep my mind busy, because that's one of the main things. Because if you sit down in my position and you start feeling sorry for yourself or thinking, woe is me, then you're just going to get worse. So me, my wife and the family, we make the most of every single day, and I praise to God every time I wake up and I can remember who I am and where I am and who my family is. To me, it's a bonus, I've stopped thinking of what's going to come in the future or how long am I going to be here. I just live for today now, and that's what we all do as a family. So, my heart goes out to all of you out there who have got a loved one with this terrible dementia, you know, and I can say I understand, because obviously seeing my dad, and I used to take him to the dementia group and seeing all the other wonderful people there at various different levels, because you have early, mild and severe. Mine apparently is in between early and mild, so hopefully, hopefully, fingers crossed and God willing, I've still got a few years ahead of me. Sorry, I do stutter sometimes when I get a bit excited, so please forgive me. But I just thought about doing this, like I said, once a month, and I'm just going to call it my vascular dementia journey, and I'll do it for as long as I can, obviously. But forgive me, because I do get well, I forget what I'm talking about. I make a joke of it sometimes, and my family does, and my brother does. You know, my one brother, he works in a funeral directors, and because my wife is now in charge of me and got control of everything, she can make all my decisions. Power of attorney, that's it. My brother says, you know, some of our kid, he says, I don't want to be morbid, he says, but, you know, if you get a package with a funeral now, I could get you a bit of a discount. You know, that's the way we are. We just laugh about it, because what can you do? It's no good feeling sorry for yourself. You know, it's no good me crying my eyes up and this, that and the other. You know, we've just got to get on with life, like I've said, and make the most of it. So I'm not going to keep rambling on. All I've decided to do this for is not for praise, not a pat on the back, not to feel sorry for myself, because people who know me know I'm not that type of person. You know, I am quite a very positive person, and I'm quite religious in a way, because I am a spiritualist, and you know, I do believe in the power of thought, I do believe in healing, and I do believe most sincerely in the power of prayer as well. And I know there's a lot of people out there, especially members of my local spiritualist centre, who pray for me every night. And, you know, as long as I can keep going and keep on smiling, and like I said, know who I am, that's the main thing. So I'm going to leave it there. I hope and pray that even just one person who sees this video may be able to relate to it, or it may be able to help them. I mean, oh yes, I forgot to say that I am in a dementia group now myself, and me and my wife goes along once a fortnight on a Wednesday in West Brom, and they are fantastic people there. People who help the carers and dementia nurses. To me, they are worth the weight in gold, because just talking to them makes you feel better, because although they haven't got it themselves, they can understand, because they've seen many people with it and many people at different level, and they talk to you on your level, you know, and it makes you feel so good, and it makes you feel at ease. And I've got to say, I enjoy going. It's for 2 hours, and I absolutely love it. And as I say, I'm 60 this year. I think the oldest one there is about 65 or 66, and we've all got various degrees of, can I say this, horrible dementia. But, you know, I'll post another video in a month's time, and hopefully I'll still be the same as I am now. God willing, I'm sure I will be. So, as I say, for those who may watch this, God bless you, and thank you for listening. See you soon. Bye.